This is the new TC Pride Podcast, episode 91, on location at Indeed Brewing for the Indeed We Can Valentine's Day event. TC Pride Podcast, we are on location at Indeed We Can at Indeed Brewery, and I'm here with one of the attendees at the event. Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Dennis Anderson. We're here tonight to represent People of Color Pride. We work with Twin Cities Pride to try to be diverse and bring more people of color into the fold of what's going on each year. So our job is to promote the P2P tent at Mainstream Pride this year in June 23rd and 24th. That night we're trying to introduce some brandy to be on our main stage. And
a lot of people will recognize the stage from the festival, so the P2P stage.
Correct. It's Power to the People stage, which happens for the last 15 years we've been doing this with the Mainstream Pride.
15 years strong. And for people that maybe aren't as familiar with the stage, what kind of artists are generally represented there?
Now, these artists are all people of color, and they're all diverse. So anyone that can't get on the main stage or don't have the clout to be able to be a brandy, we have a space for you that you can go on this stage and present your art the way you want to and who you are.
And so you're here tonight just giving out information about your organization. You've got some pretty ambitious plans we were talking about before we started recording for the year?
Absolutely. We want to do a People of Color Pride in 2019. So we're here supporting 2018 Pride to actually get our pride together, raise funds, giving things away tonight to make sure that happens in 2019.
And so how can people get a hold of you guys if they have any questions about the P2P stage or anything else you're going to be doing this year?
I'll be working on Twitter and the rest of them, but we ain't got there yet. So it's still a new organization. But in the future, we will have our Facebook, our Twitter, everything up and running. But right now, actually go to Facebook and find us on there at peoplecolorpride.org.
My name is Dr. Eric Coombs. We're with Clear Health Chiropractic.
Clear Health Chiropractic. Where have I? That's right. We met at the Dabbler, didn't we?
Yes, we do all sorts of these wonderful Pride events. Love to get out here in the community, talk to people about their health, and see what we can do for them.
So it's Valentine's Day today. And so the focus today is on loving other people, right? So spreading hearts and lots of love. But you also want to make sure you're also taking care of yourself and loving yourself. And sounds like chiropractic work is kind of one way you can do that, right?
Absolutely. It's February, National Heart Health Month, right? So a lot of people think heart health, they don't think it has anything to do with chiropractic. But at the end of the day, what we're looking at is your nervous system. Your brain is sending messages to your heart every second of every day. Those messages are protected by the bones of your spine. If we've got pinched nerves, not allowing those messages to get through like they should, we can actually help with heart issues, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, things like that. That's not to say I treat or cure any of that, but we want to improve that communication system that your body's relying on every second of every day, and that's what we take a look at, and that's what we help people out with.
And why is an organization, why do you feel it's so important to participate in these kinds of events?
Community outreach is huge. At the end of the day, anywhere we can go and talk to people about their health. Unfortunately, healthcare today in the United States isn't where it should be, especially with all the resources that we have, and I think it's just because of the mindset that we have, kind of a reactive approach. We wait until we run into issues before we make that health decision, and we want to help people get in front of their health, be proactive about their health, and just have that conversation when maybe it's not at the front of their minds all the time. You know, we take our health for granted, but we really want people to be proactive in some of those small steps that they can do to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible.
It's the old saying, ounce of prevention, pound of cure, right? It's true, right?
100%. Absolutely, 100%. We want to help people achieve predictable health. We want people to be educated about their health. And that starts with having a small conversation out here at some of these amazing events that are going on in the community.
And so you're having small conversations out here today. If someone wants to have maybe a little bit more in-depth conversation with you, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. www.clearhealthchiropractic.com is going to be the easiest route to do that. All sorts of wonderful information there, research, studies, testimonials. I think of taking care of the spine as taking care of the nervous system, just like I'm going to eat right, I'm going to exercise. I'm just going to do everything that I can to be as healthy as possible. But yeah, if you go to our website, clearhealthchiropractic.com, you can learn all sorts of good stuff there.
Thanks again for your time as always. I'm sure we'll talk to you again.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Jorge Sanchez.
And you are throwing down the beats tonight.
Yeah, normally I'm just doing the entertainment for Pride, so this is a little different for me, but I love it.
That's right. To remind folks, you coordinate the stages at Pride, right?
That is correct. All the money raised here tonight will be going toward Pride, and that helps fund for like the artists and also for all the artists on all the stages. So it's for everyone's entertainment. So if you are available, come on down and enjoy this.
Yeah, we also talked to Dot just recently about how the ramp up to the festival has begun. So all the stages are going to need people to volunteer and help. How can people reach out and volunteer their time or in other ways at this point?
If you want to go down on the Twin Cities Pride website, they also have a volunteer thing on there that you could fill out. And you can pick where you want to volunteer to. So I kind of like that. So they don't force you to be in one spot going, hey, I don't want to really do this. I want to do parade. You can sign up just for parade. You can sign up for what you would love to do.
A little customized volunteering experience.
Absolutely.
Just like the stages. You said every stage is different.
Oh, yeah, every time. And this year, people could come in and start asking if they want to be part of the stages at January. So we're starting to it's crazy that we're starting so early, but I love it that we really have all our stuff together, all our ducks in a row this year.
Thanks for your time, Jorge. I'll let you get back to banging those beats. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
TC Pride Podcast. We're on location at the Indeed We Can Valentine's Day event. And I'm here with a gentleman, some would say, is very instrumental to the successful events that we have each year throughout the Pride Festival. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Sure, I am Randy DeWitt, and I'm the festival manager for Twin Cities Pride.
And what is all included? It's kind of a tiny little title, but there's a lot involved in that. What do you do for the organization every year?
Well, I'm sort of like a city manager. I build a city that's temporary, that lasts for like 3 days, and then from there it disappears. So it's a city infrastructure you have to build to manage all the different activities and programming that happens at Twin Cities Pride.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that people wouldn't think about. I mean, there's like probably accessibility, safety, security, all that stuff.
Yep, all the safety, from bathrooms to refreshments to access to any location, to making sure you have the right signage areas, to make sure that you have the proper layout so that everybody has an experience when they come into the event.
Yeah, and of course, like everybody who's been involved with the festival has told me, it'd be pretty much impossible to do without the volunteers, right?
Volunteers are very critical for the event, and I believe we have over 400 volunteers that participate with the event. And we use a lot of them with the logistics side in building the event and making sure that we have it built on time and that everybody can experience a great experience when they're there.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much for coming out tonight, and I'm sure we'll be seeing each other a lot very soon.
We definitely will.
Right.
Take care.
Hi, I'm Jenna Enemy of the Von Tramps.
And Jenna, before we talk about your music a little bit, you were one of our big winners tonight.
Yes, I won this t-shirt. It's so cool.
Tell me a little bit about your t-shirt for people listening to the podcast.
So this t-shirt, it supports the Bisexual Organization Project.
And you said, when I walked up to you, you actually said you didn't really know much about the organization before, but you're happy to be supporting them.
Yes, I'm learning so much about all the great efforts that are put forward for, humanitarian efforts, and it's really wonderful just to have one love for all people.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing about Pride as an organization. As an umbrella organization, there are so many smaller communities that are just as vibrant and whose voices need to be heard. So thank you very much for supporting. So we also want to talk about your music. You actually said you do some singing, right?
Right. I am a singer and guitarist of a band called the Von Tramps, and we are huge supporters of Pride. We played Pride Fest last year. We're going to be there this year, so we're just really excited to play for you all.
Yeah, and how's this event tonight? Good turnout. Can you feel it's Valentine's thing? You can feel the love, can't you?
Right. I can feel the love. We're a little loud, so they wanted us to be a little quieter, which is different for us. But we had such a great time, and everybody here is just so wonderful. So.
Well, awesome. Where can people find your music online, or where can they see you play live?
Sure, perfect. You can see us play live at our CD release show on March 2nd at the Southern Theater. Otherwise, if you go to thevontramps.com, you'll be able to hear some of our music. We're also on Spotify and Apple Music.
Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon. And it's never too early. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
TC Pride Podcast. We're on location at the Indeed We Can Valentine's Day event. And I'm here with a couple of folks that have been on the podcast before. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Quinn Shimmer Gomez.
Rox Anderson.
And how's it been going since the festival? What have you been up to?
We've been working hard. Rare's been doing some great interviews, and we just got back from the Creating Change conference where we got to do a couple of awesome interviews. Just getting ready for the snow to melt and us to be able to go into our full summer gear.
That's right. I heard that Creating Change conference was pretty lit this year, right?
Yeah, Shimmer and I and our person from the GRA program for MTHC got to do a workshop, and then Shimmer got to do some great interviews, and we just held it down and repped the Minneapolis area.
How's it been going for you, Quinn?
Good. I've been out here doing a lot of great interviews with some really big names here in Minneapolis, especially for LGBT radio, which I think is really honorable and really amazing for LGBT and trans people.
Yeah, and where can people hear that?
So they can tune in every second Thursday on KFAI. So it is KFAI 90.3 FM in Minneapolis and 106.7 in St. Paul. It's Fresh Fruit and Rare Productions hosted by Rox and me every second Thursday of each month.
It's amazing. Hope folks will check it out. Well, thank you very much. It's good to talk to you again, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have a good Valentine's Day.
Mikey Kruger. I am now a new board member. I used to be our park operations and IT manager at a year-round position. I have been doing that about 8 years now. So the event tonight is really our big unveiling to be able to give us our big headliner who is Brandy for our concert in the park this year. As well as doing some additional fundraising and other showcasing of local talent, some comedians and drag queens and stuff like that.
So the board members are clutch when it comes to pulling off this big festival every year, but every single one of them says the same thing, that the volunteers are just invaluable. They're critical to making this thing happen.
Volunteers are our biggest asset. We would not be able to host the festival and parade without them, and also the family picnic a week or two before as well. So they definitely do all of the heavy lifting and do a lot of the legwork and don't get paid for it. So it's an amazing thing, and I'm glad to work with so many wonderful people doing it.
Ramona Richardson. Well, we were invited by one of the employees of Indeed. They invited us to benefit from their proceeds for tonight. The event is called Indeed We Can, and they do them every Wednesday, all 12 months of the year. So it's been fun. It's been fun. We've had we've had comedians. We've done drawings. We've done giveaways. All kinds of things. So it's been a really great evening. People came out to celebrate, and the weather was fantastic. It was like 42 degrees today.
Yeah. Beautiful day. Yeah. And we talked with Dot the other day. So we talked about how the Super Bowl is over. Yes. So the ramp up to Pride has officially begun.
It has. Vendor registration is open. So if there's anybody out there that's interested, just visit our website, tcpride.org, and they can get registered. And the spots are filling up pretty quick. So yeah, this is the official kickoff, and it's gonna be busy from here.
And that's kind of your alley. That's kind of in your wheelhouse, right? Doing the vendor registrations and stuff, right?
Yep. So I'm the festival operations coordinator, and basically I coordinate all 350 some odd vendors with the food vendors, and we have 3 different food courts, and so everybody. They register, I find them a space, and they put up their tent, and then we have our wonderful weekend.
It's a lot. So just for anybody listening, it's a lot trickier than maybe it sounds. I walked into the headquarters this summer, and you had this big map laid out in front of you. Yeah. So it's a very sophisticated operation you guys are running there. You also you end up using a lot of volunteers as well.
Yes, if someone's interested in volunteering, please visit our website. I'm always looking for volunteers, somebody to help me to coordinate the vendors, but you can volunteer pretty much anywhere for as long as you like, and we need volunteers even now, not just the weekend of Pride, but leading up to Pride as well. So if they're interested, come check us out.
Becky Lewis. I'm the volunteer manager, so I work with all of our volunteers that help put Pride together.
And there are a lot of them.
There are a lot of volunteers, hundreds and hundreds of volunteers each year we work with.
And we're playing trivia here tonight as part of the event. So here's a trivia question for you. True or false, the volunteers are critical to being able to pull off Pride?
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody from our board and our staff are almost essential because we are all volunteer run minus a couple paid staff, which is a really unique kind of piece of Pride. We're here at Indeed, and they are donating all of their proceeds here to Pride, and it's going to help make us some opportunities to do more things at Pride. Also to chat with people in the community and kind of get the word out about what's happening. Of course, we found out who our Pride in Concert person is, so Brandy's going to be with us. We're super excited.
And so for people who have never volunteered before, what are some different ways that people can volunteer?
Yeah, there's a ton of different opportunities. We work with individuals, we work with groups, And we also work with corporate groups. And a lot of those volunteers, of course, are during that weekend of Pride, setting up the event, helping to man our information booths, also helping out at a variety of different places throughout the event, as well as, of course, our parade. We use a lot of volunteer help during our parade. But there's also opportunities kind of throughout the year, especially leading up to the big weekend itself. So if there is a specific thing you're looking to do, we probably have that kind of opportunity. Something that's longer term, or just I want to throw out a couple hours and help out during the event. So.
And where can people go to find out about all those opportunities that are available?
Well, you can go to our Twin Cities Pride website. We're actually going to be launching our volunteer site. It'll be through our website about the 1st of March. So there'll be a ton of different opportunities there. But if you're looking for something specific, or if you want to volunteer with a group, you're welcome to contact us directly, volunteers@tcpride.org.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon. Happy Pride and happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for being here.
TC Pride Podcast, we are on location at the Indeed We Can Valentine's Day event, and I am here with fresh off stage, actually, right off of her performance, the one and only Sarah McPeck. Sarah, how you doing?
I am doing well, and I'm so excited to be here helping raising money for the Twin Cities Pride.
So tell me a little about this event in general, about what's going on here tonight.
So today, Twin Cities Pride kind of took over Indeed, and we have pop-up performances. We announced our Entertainer of the Year, which is going to be Brandy. I'm so excited. My 90s girl is just doing backflips. We have some comedy and drawings, and we are raising money for Pride and looking for volunteers.
And you've also got a lot of other things going on as well. We were talking a little bit before we started recording. Why don't you catch folks up on maybe the Big Fat Comedy Hour and a couple other things you got cooking?
Absolutely. The Big Fat Comedy Hour at Lush is always going on once a month, the third Sundays of every month. Comedy drag, only $5. Come on down. Always have wild card chances for people who have never done comedy to come out and give it a try. And the most exciting thing I have right now is shout out to my girl Amanda Costner. We have a lesbian folk duo comedy group called Champagne Jamboree. We're going to take it nationwide. We've got about 5 songs right now. We're doing our first album and putting our tour together, and it's amazing.
Love the name.
Thank you. I'm the Champagne, she's the Jamboree. And we also have a podcast, so you're going to have to come and do our podcast. It'll be coming out soon.
I'd love to. I'm there. People should also know about Big Fat Comedy Hour. You also raise money for other organizations as well, right?
Yeah, every Big Fat Comedy Hour, we have a virgin sacrifice, and that's someone who's never done comedy before. They come and do 3 minutes, and then we ask the audience for an offering where they give their money, and we do it to a different LGBTQ charity. I would say in the last year we've raised over about $2,000 for different groups just from people's pocket change, and it's an amazing thing. So I thank you so much for supporting us, community.
And where can people find out about everything you're doing online?
Absolutely. You can find me at www.sarahmcpeck.com, and you can find us at www.champagnejamboree.com. Thank you so much.
So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Yeah, bye-bye.
My name is Carlin Shanley.
And what'd you win tonight?
I won 2 tickets to the Pride Music Show.
And the Pride Music Show this year is featuring?
Brandy.
And you're pretty excited, right?
Super excited.
Cool. So you're planning on going anyway, right?
Yes, I was.
And now you get to go for free.
Pride. Yes.
This is going to be your first Pride?
Yes, I'm so excited. And I'm really looking forward to going to my first Pride event this summer.
Emil Greger.
And your role at Indeed is, sir?
I manage the tap room. Yeah, so Indeed's been here for 5.5 years now. And we're actually the very first tap room to be in Northeast because they passed the law allowing tap rooms as this brewery was underway. So that's been kind of a cool feature as we're the first one to open as a tap room where you could drink the beer that was made here in Northeast.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful space. It's very Northeast-y, I guess. It's very lots of like beautiful exposed wood and brick and everything. So
appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a great spot for people to come and check out. So tell me a little bit about this event tonight. So the Indeed We Can is part of a broader sort of community outreach mission, right?
So the cool thing is we have every Wednesday our Indeed We Can program where employees can choose any charity they want to have come in, and the proceeds from that night's sales will go to that charity.
And it's pretty good turnout tonight.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, this is great. And we're talking about a Wednesday in February, you know, it's fantastic.
The weather was pretty decent tonight.
Oh, yeah, we did well.
And so why is that such an important part of what Indeed does? the community service in general. It sounds like it's an important part of Indeed as a business.
Definitely. The cool thing that, so Indeed wanted to give back in some way. And essentially, people at top are trying to decide what's the best way to do that. And one cool thing that I think they decided was to have employees choose. That way employees can be more engaged with the charity that they might not otherwise be engaged with. Right. Which is a really cool opportunity. I know that even me personally, I was excited to see that was an option, because everyone kind of thinks about it like, oh, I've got these causes and these things I'm into, and then it gives each individual employee an outlet for that.
So what else does Indeed have coming up throughout the year, going forward in 2018 here?
We're going to keep on pushing forward with some quality beers. We're going to be at Pride for sure this summer, coming up.
So because I'm a beer guy, I got to ask, but tell me about some of these quality beers that people might know you for.
So we've got Day Tripper. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's a modern classic. Yeah, I love that stuff. It's 5 years old, which in beer years is like 100 now. And it's still holding its own. So we have our B-side Pilsner. I love that stuff. I love the classic traditional European-style Pilsners, and that one fits the bill. And other things too on the darker side of things. Midnight Rider on Nitro right now, kind of
big fan, a big
style, and a lot of seasonal stuff too. That's really fun. So yeah, whatever the season is, Stir Crazy right now. It's tasting really good. That's kind of our winter porter. Yeah.
So whatever the season, stop on by. Indeed will be serving up something delicious.
Yeah, we'll have something based on every season, plus our flagships, which are always available. Day Tripper, B-side, Lucy. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for supporting the organization tonight and for all you do for all the other organizations within the community. We hope to talk to you again soon.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
The TC Pride Podcast is a production of Podletter Media and Twin Cities Pride. Subscribe now on iTunes, on Android, or by email at tcpridepodcast.org. Get above the noise by raising your voice. Podletter Media turns your email newsletter, blog, or video content into a more powerful, more personal, more intimate, on-demand listening experience. Your podcast, your story, your voice. Simplified, amplified. Learn more now at podletter.com.